Is this your car?
Yeah.
Okay. I was this close to breaking the window out. This is a criminal offense. Okay.
What is criminal offense?
For animal neglect and abuse, yes.
No, I do not abuse and neglect my animal.
Okay.
I need a supervisor.
Okay.
No.
Driver's license?
I need a supervisor, please.
What is your driver's license?
Please, I need a supervisor.
What's your reasonable, articulable suspicion? Well, there has been no crime committed.
Suspicion was the call for service.
You came and investigated, realized there was no crime.
We don't know that.
And now we have failure to identify.
No, you don't. My goodness, ma'am, you need to really get educated. Why won't you read it? I wouldn't lie to you. Just look it up. You won't even read it. That's how bad it is, that you won't even read it.
I don't need to read the law.
Yeah, you
We
do.
do this day in and day out.
Improperly, apparently.
Go away or go to jail for what? Interfering with what? For what? For what?
Interfering.
I'm just standing right here on the sidewalk, sir. That's all I'm doing.
You're on the sidewalk here.
I am on the sidewalk.
You're on the sidewalk. You can't do that.
Alright guys, I found what has to be one of the best ID refusals I've ever seen. The guy's calm, cool, articulate. These cops are insanely ignorant. This comes from BullZDeep. He's only got 600 subs. So, you know, head over and like and share on that. He's got some other content, but I try not to interrupt too much here. He put in some commentary towards the beginning. I tossed in a little that I saw, but let's roll the video.
On the night of June 28, 2023, a man parked his car in a Walmart parking lot, ran the air conditioning to cool the cabin down, rolled up the windows and left his dog in the car for 16 minutes while he was shopping. When he returned with a single plastic bag in his hands, he was met by Officer Haley Holbert of the Crossroads, Texas Police Department. Officer Holbert insisted the man identify himself despite the fact no crime had been committed and he was not under arrest. After the officer persisted on getting the man to identify himself, the man asked for a supervisor. Sergeant Chris Tyler would arrive and together the officers demanded the man identify himself despite the man providing them with the statutory proof that he was not required to do so.
So, while we're fast forwarding here a little bit, that dog wasn't panting. That dog's not in distress. There's no sun out. There's no thermal gain. Having the air conditioner in there when he rolled up and closing the doors is going to do nothing but keep that car cool, and the max that car could get is the outside temperature. That's just 8th grade science. And the fact that we have police officers out there that don't understand the basics of, I mean, it's thermodynamics, but that's, you know, it's not a complicated concept. If there's no sun to heat up the car, it's not going to heat up.
Is this your car?
Yeah.
Okay. I was this close to breaking the window out.
It's not that hot.
It's 95 degrees. It means it's over 100 inside the vehicle.
I've been in there.
The windows have to be cracked. There's got to be something.
I was trying to keep the air conditioning in for him because I literally.
Okay, go to open that door for the and crack the windows open for the dog, and I need your driver's license, please. $428. I'm out with the vehicle owner. Hi. Okay. Hi.
You can feel it's not.
It's 95 degrees.
If it's inside, I was keeping the AC in. Trust me, I love my dog.
The car isn't running.
He offers the officer a chance to feel the cooler air in the cabin of the vehicle, but she only focuses on the 95-degree temperature outside the vehicle.
I take him with me everywhere.
Okay, I just need to see your driver's license.
I don't have one with me.
Do I have any ID with you?
No.
Do you know your driver's license number?
What did I do wrong?
This is a criminal offense, okay?
What is criminal offense?
For animal neglect and abuse, yes.
No, I do not abuse and neglect my animal.
Okay.
I need a supervisor.
Okay.
No.
Driver's license?
I need a supervisor, please.
What is your driver's license?
Please, I need a supervisor.
I don't have one on duty right now.
Look, I respect officers. I have family that are officers, but I also respect the Constitution.
Go and crack your windows and then close your door.
Windows, you said?
Yep. .408, if you could still be around, please.
10-4.
Wait out here, I'll call a supervisor and see if he can contact me by phone.
All right.
Okay, I'm out with the subject. He's out here. He's refusing to identify himself. He's now asking for a supervisor.
He's asking for a supervisor? Okay. We'll be back in route.
Where are you at? Do you want to talk to him on the phone?
No, I'm right down the street.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute.
Okay, all right, thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Supervisor's turning back around and he's going to come out.
I would never know. I would just, it's not.
This is some of the worst
Yeah, but it's not
temps. It's 95 degrees
Right, but it's not
outside.
sunny.
That
That's why I was
doesn't matter.
getting there,
It's
because if I cracked the windows, that would let the 95-degree air in. I literally had it freezing cold in there before I shut the door.
I'm responding out to a call, okay?
Sure, I understand.
And this is me responding. I'm not telling you you're a bag dog, a dog owner, or anything
Right.
like that.
Well, yeah,
I am here because I still have to do my job. I have to identify you now, okay? Because I'm out here for an offense.
No.
Okay.
That's not
All right.
the law.
Okay. Well, I'll let you talk to the supervisor when he gets out here.
Hello.
Is this a legit tag?
Yeah. I bought the car at auction, so I'm assuming it is.
All right. They weren't able to get a return on it.
460 traffic.
Alright.
Arrowhead and Broken Arrow on Sam Robert John 5200. Sam Robert John 5200. Come back to a white Chevy 3 tons.
This is a private parking lot. I'm not going to ask you about your vehicle. My main concern is just the dog's okay. And then for documentation purposes, I do have to put your information in there, okay? I'm not saying you're going to jail. I'm not saying you're being issued a citation. I'm just trying to do my job because everything has to be notated that I made contact, okay? And make sure that well-being of that animal is okay.
Arrow, broken arrow.
You know, for documentation purposes, why didn't she go over and see the temperature of the car inside when he asked her to? If she's really interested in what's going on here, you know, maybe a little bit of effort to listen to what the man is saying should have been taken.
I mean,
It's going to be closer to 100 degrees inside that vehicle. It's 95 degrees
if I
out
crack
here.
the windows, I know it's going to be 95 degrees. I had it freezing cold.
Your car is not running.
I know. I shut it off. I closed the windows. I let the freezing cold air in there. Trust me, when I opened the door and got in there, it was colder inside than it was outside.
Okay.
I would not do that to my dog. Look, my dog.
Okay.
He goes everywhere with me. You know?
Hey,
Hello.
this is not the supervisor. This is a cover officer. This is my supervisor right here.
How's it going,
How you
bud?
doing? How you doing, Sergeant Tyler?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Crossroads Police Fire, just show you that I'm Sergeant Tyler. If you'd like to see my ID also.
I'm sure if they vouch for you, they...
Okay. Okay, so What did you speak to me about?
Well, she, I guess, got a call about my dog.
Yes, sir, we did.
I parked the car,
Uh-huh.
and I had it freezing cold today. I literally got it sitting there.
Okay.
I got it freezing cold.
Okay.
It's not sunny anymore.
Okay.
So it's not, radiating heat or anything like that.
Okay.
And I went inside. I've been in there for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And, I mean, she's...
They're worried about the condition of the dog, but now who's causing the dog distress? You got 3 guys over here harassing his owner and who he's supposed to be protecting. You got some lady over here screwing with him in his window. That's causing the dog distress. He was just chilling, waiting for his dad to come back from Walmart. Probably even got a couple little snacks for him.
I mean, what did I do wrong?
Okay. So when we get a call for service,
Uh-huh.
okay, and especially when we do contact somebody, we do need to identify the
That's
person.
the law.
Hang on, I'm not done. Let me finish speaking, okay?
Sure.
Now, we don't know you had your car at sub-0 degrees earlier today.
Sure.
We have no idea.
Right.
But somebody did call and say, hey, there's an animal left in the vehicle. It is hot outside, and the animal looks like it's in distress.
Right. And you
Okay.
came here, investigated, and figured in distress.
Right.
I don't know about that. But you came here, investigated,
That's
and realized.
That's what's relayed to
That's
us.
what,
Yes.
that's what relates to us.
Right.
However,
Anybody can say anything. You
Sure,
came here.
sure.
I mean, the
So
dog was
now-
everywhere. I love that dog. I'm not going to...
totally understand. We
Leave him in
love
the
dogs.
car.
I got a dog too. I love my dog as well. So when an officer does contact someone, they are required, especially when we believe that there could be a criminal offense, to identify.
82.03, I think it is. You could ask for my identification. I don't have to get it unless I've been lawfully arrested. That's the only
No,
time
sir,
I'm
that's
required.
not true.
Look it up. Look it up. That's all I'm asking. Look it up.
Okay,
Look up
you're being
82.
lawfully detained because there is an animal in the vehicle. We got a call for service.
The windows are down now.
The windows are down now.
I instructed you to put them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
No promise committee.
Yes, sir. Potentially. Okay.
Come on, man. I saw you trying not to laugh.
Here's the deal. As soon as we're done, as soon as you give your ID and we're done, we're gone.
I don't like the fact that we have to show our papers. I don't. Look, I have a lot of family that are in your business, okay? I respect you guys.
Are
I
you
also
able
respect the
to
Constitution.
view the name I put in my call sheet?
But you are lawfully detained.
And I do not have to show. I
Yes,
cannot
sir, you
give you.
do.
I can. Will you please just look it
When
up?
you were
I swear to God.
Filled ID.
Please just look it up. I know. Look it up. I'm telling you. You're
How
gonna make a
do
big
you look it
mistake.
up? No, I'm not.
I know this very well. I know this.
So do I. How long have you been doing law enforcement?
Just look it up. Would it kill you to look it up?
You have a phone right there.
I'm
Feel free to
recording
look it up.
because.
So are we.
We're all.
Yeah, those.
How long has he been doing law enforcement and enforcing laws improperly? That's the real question here. You can see he knows that he's wrong. He's just trying to push it. Look a little bit later. I'm pretty sure that him and this officer got a little hide the winky game going on too. So let's see. We'll let this roll out. Sorry to keep interrupting.
You guys don't have a phone you can look it up?
Those get edited.
What you edited?
Those get edited. So that's what I'm saying.
Your phones?
You're saying these get disappeared. Those get edited.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
What's your name, sir?
Garth.
I'm sorry?
Garth.
Garth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
What's your
all.
last name?
I don't have to give it to you.
Okay. I prefer I don't call people by their first names. It's a respect name. Okay.
Nice try.
Until I get to know them. It's
See,
not a nice try.
this is what this
actually
country's
how I
become.
operate.
This is what this country. You guys are like addicted to IDs, and you don't even know the law. Here, you know what? I'll stop. I'll look it up.
Go for it.
I'm going to show you because you'll be very surprised.
Look up Build ID.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Fine. Answering right now. Answering the bar.
It's 3802.
I love these. Just sitting here, looking it up, checking the penal code.
Failure to identify. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth of a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person.
They see that.
The peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person. Request, I will. Request you can be suppressed here. Person commits an offense if he intentionally gives a false name. See, false or fictitious name. I can't do that. Name, residence, address, or day of birth to an peace officer who has A, lawfully arrested the person, B, 2, lawfully detained the person. Now, this is only if I cannot give a fictitious name. This is, watch, go back. I do not have to show my ID. Watch. A person commits a crime. A person, look, it's right here. A person commits an offense. Yes, and you, let me read it again to you. A person commits an offense. You totally not under, you didn't understand. This says I can't give you a false name. This is a different section. This is the first one. That's not my problem. It really isn't. No, it isn't.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's what can happen because you're refusing to identify yourself. I'm supposed to bring up your ID and say, here's
Hold
who I
on.
am
So
because
you're
hang
gonna
on, hang on,
arrest
let me
me
finish.
for refusing to identify
That's
myself?
what you just read it.
I read. Yeah,
Now,
I cannot give
the
you a
other-
face
the other
name.
part of it is-
But why do you please pull it up? I swear to God, I'm not lying here.
I don't.
There was two different sections I read. Okay.
The other, hang on, listen to me.
Oh my God.
The other part of it is that when you do that, the other consequence, now we have to impound your dog, and we don't want to do that either. You said you love your dog.
Yeah, that would be retaliation.
No, sir. It's
Yeah.
not. We can't leave the dog
If you guys
here.
want a massive lawsuit on your hands, I mean, you
How
got
is that retaliation? We can't leave the dog here in the car by itself.
really.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna.
I'm letting you know
This
what
is
the
how.
consequences are.
This is America. And this is what you're doing to a citizen. Okay. All I did was go inside, grab some clothes quick. You might. I sat in the car, got it. Yeah. Somebody called. Okay. That's what you do. I mean, that doesn't mean I do anything wrong. You know. You like call right now and say you did something wrong. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
We were called out here to investigate.
Sure. And you investigated. You realized
Yes.
the dog was not in
To
distress. The dog was
complete that,
fine.
I'm going to need your identification.
That's not the way the law works. This is what
You just read how it works.
Dude, you didn't read it to me. I read it to you, and you didn't understand. Those were two different sections. The second one says I can't give you a false name. Okay, if detained. It does. I swear to God, you only have. I know this better than you.
No, you really don't.
Well, then look it up. You don't have a phone,
You just read it.
and you're not understanding what I just read because I just read it to you. Did I not read that I cannot give you a false or fictitious name if I've been lawfully detained? It doesn't say I have to give you my ID. It says if I've been, no, the first section says I have to give you my ID if I've been lawfully arrested. The second section says I cannot give you a false or fictitious name if I've been detained. It does
So
not
what's-
state
what's-
that I
let
have
me
to
ask you
give you
this.
my name or ID. I just cannot give you a
Let me
false
ask you this.
or fictitious one.
Let me ask you this. What is your end goal here?
To get you guys need to be educated. You really don't understand that
Okay.
what I'm telling you is actually the truth. And you got and police officers
So what is your end goal?
not understand, to go on about my way.
So is ours. We
Okay,
want to
well,
get you on
go.
about your way.
But you
You are
have this
prolonging
addiction
this.
to ID. I'm
No.
not prolonging this. This is
No,
unlawful
no,
detainment.
this is our duty. We have to identify you.
Show me the law.
You just read it out loud.
I know, and you're not understanding because I just read it to you.
I know. We understand it. We do this day in and day out.
Okay. So, you agree with me. The first part says I have to show my ID if I've been lawfully arrested, right? You agree with that?
So they do this day in and day out, but they do it wrong. They are holding fast to stupid. They know it. You can tell that they messed up. And right here, as soon as he sits on that trunk, I'm telling you right now, he knows that he's right and he's got him. He knows that they're just backpedaling and crawfishing all over the place. The rest of this just gets awesome.
You guys are not even.
You just read it.
Okay? And the second part says, I cannot give you a false name. It does not say anything. guys, really, I'm surprised. I mean, the way YouTube is now, I'm surprised you guys, the way YouTube is now. These videos are all over YouTube about the ID thing.
Is that where you get your education from? Is from YouTube?
No, I get it from Texas statutes, actually.
Okay, all right.
And there actually is some good information on YouTube. You know, it's not all good, but there is some good.
It's really not.
Really? There's nothing good on. There's
I'm not saying
nothing
there's not.
accurate.
There's not a lot on YouTube that's not good, but there is some stuff that is not very.
I mean, it's a conglomerate of America.
Okay.
You know, there's some good people and bad people. There's some educated, informed people who put stuff on there, and there's some dumbasses who put stuff on there. You know, I mean, you just have to do your due diligence. I'm telling you, pull it up and read it. It literally says. I mean, I just read it to you. What part are you not understanding? Where are you confused with it?
Run the VIN on the code and then get his ID that way. It's a very. There's two simple things.
You just admitted on camera that you're running my VIN to get my ID.
Sir, we run tags all the time.
Yeah,
That's what occurs.
that's not a VIN number. It's a tag.
So we get identification of the owner.
So he hasn't actually committed a crime. They know that. They're not even complaining that the dog's in distress anymore at this point. Wait until later. So without any crime, they're going to run a VIN and a tag on a car in a Walmart parking lot to get this guy's ID. If that ain't stepping over the Fourth Amendment, I don't know what is.
Private parking lot right
So
now.
how do we know you own this vehicle?
Well, I just opened it up. My dog's in there. I
What
mean,
does it mean you own the vehicle?
sure. Doesn't mean you can unlawfully detain me to check the VIN.
We're not unlawfully detained. We're detained because we're here on a call for service.
And we already determined that the dog is fine. So what's your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed and committing or I'm about to commit a crime?
Because when we got the call for service,
What's your reasonable, articulable suspicion? Well, there has been no crime
reasonable
committed.
suspicion was the call for service.
You
Somebody
came and
called us.
investigated. Realized there was no crime.
We don't know that.
And now we have failure to identify.
No, you don't. My goodness, ma'am, you need to really get educated. Why won't you read it? I wouldn't lie to you. Just look it up. You won't even read it. That's how bad it is. That you won't even read it. I'm telling you.
I'm out here with someone that I do not know who I'm out here with. I'm not going to get distracted in a cell phone or a computer.
To read the law?
Do
you rather just arrest me?
I don't need to read the law.
Yeah, you
we
do.
do this day in and day out.
Improperly, apparently.
Okay.
Look, this is something, I know this. Look, this is something I'm very adamant about, is constitutional rights. And I know this. I didn't get this from some guy who heard it from somebody else. I know this, okay?
The suspicion that we had was the call for service.
Yeah, and you came out.
He literally pulled up the penal code. Come on.
Okay. But you investigated the dog, right?
No, we're not investigating the dog. We're investigating the owner of the dog.
Okay.
So
Well,
how
you
do we
realized there was no crime committed. Well, you don't know that, so you have no reasonable articulable suspicion then.
Yes.
No, you just said
if a crime has been committed or is about to be committed. So
has been, is about to be, or is currently, yeah. Have I committed a crime?
Well, currently failed ID.
That's not a crime. It's only a crime if you've been lawfully arrested. And if you take the time to just read the freaking statute, you realize this. Brother, I'm not lying to you, man. Just read it. I just read it to you.
Yes, you read it yourself.
Yes. Section 1 says, if I've been lawfully arrested, I must give my ID. Section 2 says if I've been lawfully detained,
I'm sorry.
I cannot
Dealership. It's dog liquor.
give you a false name. That's all it says. I can't give you a false name. And you can ask me for my ID, but I do not have to give it to you. Trust me, man, I know the way this works. Just, why won't you read it? This is blowing my mind. I mean,
I was standing right next to you. We read it
I'm
together, right?
shocked that 3 officers really don't know this. That out of the 3 of you, a supervisor of all things. Usually the supervisor is the one that knows.
And I'm speaking to you, and I do know it. And again, we read it. I was sitting right next to you while we read it together. Correct?
Yeah. And I just told you what it
So,
said. Where does it
okay.
say that I have to show my ID?
Here's the deal.
Where does it say that I have to show my ID and what I just read to you?
In 3802 you just read.
What part?
Failed ID when someone is lawfully detained.
No, I
Yes,
cannot
sir.
give you a
That
false
is-
name when I'm lawfully detained. It literally, it's different. You have to give your ID. Okay, it says that I can't give you make up a name to try to, but I don't have to give you my name. I'm telling you this. I know this. I know this very, very well. It's something I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Here's the deal. We're trying to get this done so you can be gone and out here, so we can be gone out here. To
Yeah,
other
leave.
things.
I mean,
Okay?
what is keeping you here?
We can't right
Yeah,
now.
you can.
No, sir, we cannot.
You guys are gonna.
Because what can happen is that we got the animal cruelty call. Okay, we don't know for sure exactly how long you were in the store. What can happen, what I'm explaining to you is that the crime of animal cruelty has possibly, is it currently, or had been committed. Okay?
Now, well, investigate.
Hang on.
Investigate.
That's,
Prove it.
That's the part
You
of
said
it.
you just said you don't know how long I've been in the store. If you knew how long I've been in the store,
So, but part of the investigation is then we contact Walmart and say, hey,
okay, investigate.
here's what
You don't
we,
get.
here's
You,
what we need to do.
that's fine.
We
You got
need
my
to
VIN
figure
number.
out- We need to figure out who this person is and how long you've been in the store.
Look,
How long the animal.
I've explained this thoroughly enough and physically read the statute to you. You guys are losing your qualified immunity. Okay, seriously.
No, sir.
Yes. When it has been explained to you, the law has actually been read to you. Okay, you're gonna lose qualified immunity. And I don't want to do that to you, but I'm passionate about the Constitution. I really am. And you guys need to be educated apparently, because you're out there doing this, violating people's constitutional rights all the time.
No, sir, we're not.
This is unbelievable. Are you a sergeant?
Yes, sir.
And you don't know this?
Absolutely. I guess if you're
This is-
saying I don't know.
Bewildering. I mean, this is just, I am
I'm sorry.
beside
you're older,
myself.
But if you just read it with me,
Call your lieutenant.
we don't have a lieutenant.
I'm telling you, this guy needs to spend a little less time at the gym and a little bit more time in the library. You got to read over this stuff, understand what you're doing. If you're going to walk around here with a badge, trying to detain people, throw them in jail for some Karen call, and then you got this Karen cop over here who doesn't understand that without the sun, the car's not going to heat up, won't check to see what the temperature is in the car, whether or not this guy is being diligent. I mean, come on, man. You're just doubling down on dumb.
Captain.
No, sir. The only person higher than me is the chief.
The chief.
Okay. So I'm not calling the chief right now.
Well, you're probably going to save the town a lot of money by doing that. They'll probably appreciate it.
What is it? Would you like to speak with the chief?
Yeah. Or just all.
Because he's my supervisor.
Yeah. And if you talk to him, tell him to look up 3802 and read it out loud, you guys.
He knows what 3802
Okay, then he'll tell you
So
to.
do I know
then-
what 3802 is.
apparently you don't.
You just read it to me.
Yeah. I cannot give you a false
Hang tight
name.
1 second.
I don't have to give you
Hang tight.
my name. I'm not lying to y'all. I know this like very, very, very well. I don't understand why you guys won't look it up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't get it. I mean, you understand, a lot of people died for us to have these freedoms, and not, for the police to just not walk up on you and just start demanding your papers.
I walked up on you because there was a criminal act that appears to be committed. Okay? There is a dog in the car,
Yeah, there's a dog in the car.
95 degrees.
Is it sunny outside?
It's 95.
Is it
doesn't
sunny?
have to be.
Is it
doesn't
sunny?
have to be. You know how many dead dogs I pulled out of the
Yeah.
car?
Was it sunny when you did
know
it?
what?
How many dead dogs have you pulled out at night?
Oh, plenty.
Really?
Plenty.
Really? How many?
Yes,
Tell
and
me.
prior
Tell me.
to law
How many?
enforcement,
How many?
I was a vet
How many?
technician. I
How
worked in
many?
the ERs
How many have
and
you pulled
had
out
to
at
try
night?
to.
Tell me.
Because
Physically.
people like you
I wanna know. I
think
wanna know.
that it's okay
People like
to
me?
keep dogs in the car when the
People like
sun is
me?
down. Because
For
you
15
think
minutes,
just because
when you cool it down to freezing, right before, it was really, really cold in there before I got out. I do
don't
that
know this.
intentionally.
I'm here to do my job to
I know.
investigate, and you're
you're
hindering
investigating.
that.
How are you gonna? What you're trying
I
to do?
need the
is-
identification, and right now the dog is having to sit in the car even further.
Yeah,
because
you really don't
will
care about the
not-
animal, do you?
You will not identify
You really
yourself.
don't care about the animal, do
I am here
you?
to do my job.
You're here to get my ID. That's all you want.
I need your identification to complete
It's like
this process.
crack to you guys.
It's required.
No, it isn't. Would you freaking read 3802?
Don't shine the light in my eyes, so I need you to lower it.
Is it lowered enough?
No, I need you to lower it so it's not shining in my eyes.
Is it lowered
Just
enough
like
now?
I would not turn it down.
Okay, I have to turn the...
That light has been on for, what, the last 4-5 minutes, easy, shining at her. Now all of a sudden she's all worked up and in a dither. Got her Karens all in a cackle. Boy, oh boy. This is you know, if she was worried about the dog, she'd let the guy on his way. She's just gonna sit here and fight over an ID thing instead of recognizing they got called out for a nothing call, and they're gonna harass this guy and try and get his ID. It's just wild.
Turn the flashlight off. Is your volume on your camera?
Of course.
All right. Would you read it? It's right there.
No.
It's right there. You're not even going to read it.
No, I am not.
Do you realize
I'm
how
gonna
bad
stand
this,
here with
Do
you.
you realize how bad this is going to look in court?
That's fine.
When you refuse to read the statute,
I am on a call. I'm
Yeah.
not burying my face in a computer.
to find a law, you don't care. You think
I don't
you know
have
the
to.
law. You don't have to. You don't have to know the law.
I already
You don't
know
have
it.
to-
I already
don't.
know it.
You do not know this. I am beside myself that none of you are aware of this because it's been a huge thing lately on the internet. And I'm surprised none of you have heard of this. I mean, I'm beside myself. I really, really am. I don't know what to say. I can't believe you refuse to even look at it.
It's unfortunate that we as citizens have to become versed in the law to teach the
How does
officers.
that make any sense? How does it make any... I just put my phone in front of you.
Do you have a call coming? You have a call?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. If you need to get it, it's fine.
Where's Tyler?
He's, I think, contacting the chief.
I'm really not trying to give you a hard time. I'm trying to educate you because what you're doing is really... It's
Right.
not right. I really hope you guys go
I
home.
haven't said anything
I know,
to you,
well,
right?
I know. I'm just saying, when you go home tonight, please look up 3802 and
I
read
know
it.
what it says.
Okay.
I'm here as a backup unit. That's it.
Please, when you go home, look up 3802.
I've read it. I've read it. I've studied it.
Okay.
I've tested over it.
Right, but you're interpreting it improperly.
I think it's interesting that the backup officer doesn't want to make any comment. I have a sneaking suspicion that she knows damn good and well they're wrong.
All right.
This is a known fact. I mean, this is not... Just Google it when you get home.
Sure.
Texas ID laws. You do not... I mean... It's a sad state that this country is coming to. It
Yep.
really is.
So,
Chief, looked it up, didn't he?
I didn't talk to Chief. I didn't call Chief. I don't need to call him. Unless you really would like for me to call him, but I don't need to call him and talk to him. So, here's the deal. Okay?
All right, so he went and looked up something, went and called probably DA, maybe the chief. She said he called the chief. He's saying he didn't. 6 of one, half dozen of another. At this point, he knows damn good and well he's wrong.
Ultimately, this is an animal cruelty call. Okay?
You were investigating it. There was no animal cruelty.
We're still investigating the animal cruelty call.
Anytime a dog's in the car and the windows are rolled up, it's not always automatically
I
animal
didn't say
cruelty.
it was, did I? I said that's why we're investigating.
Right. And you can investigate without getting my identification. That's what you guys don't understand.
If we believe that you had committed a crime, which is partly animal cruelty, Yes, sir, you do have to identify yourself.
You can detain me. It's not till I'm lawfully arrested that I have to get my ID. Okay?
No, sir, that's not correct.
Yes. Why don't you just look it? I've been following that you guys are going to look it up.
I've already read it.
Do you not agree that it says?
I do agree with.
Okay, it says has to
And
be
it also says
lawfully arrested. Right. That I cannot give a false name. It just says I cannot give a false name. It doesn't say it has to show his ID, like the first one does. Okay, it's worded completely different for a reason, because I can't give you a false name. I don't have to give you my name.
We're going to give us a false name.
I'm not going to give you a false name.
Well, how do we know that? See, that's what
It's not my problem. It's not my problem. I'm sorry. That's something you got to figure out. I mean,
well, you won't identify yourself, so how do
yeah,
you know
because I
if
don't
you're-
have to, because of the Constitution of the United States of America. You know, something that's
I do know that.
you swore an oath to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty passionate about it.
So am I. I'm passionate about my job. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about doing
Violating people's civil rights, apparently.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I've never been accused of that. Never.
Well, you're doing it right now. Believe it or
So
not.
I'm not.
I wouldn't like it.
So
This is ridiculous.
So here's-
I'm truly beside myself that none of the three of you knows this. I mean, it's all over. Freaking, it's a huge thing. It's everybody knows this. Everybody knows this.
everybody knows
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You guys apparently.
Apparently.
I'm shocked that a sergeant does not know this. That's
Yes, sir. We
not
just
good.
read it together.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see happen? That's what I'm wondering.
Go on about your way. I'll go on about mine.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. What would be wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing would be wrong with that.
Well, there you go.
But what would also be awesome is if you say, hey, dude, this is actually kind of ridiculous, and here's my ID, and we're gone.
Dude, this is actually kind of ridiculous, and you should just go.
Okay, well, it is kind of ridiculous.
It is
That
very
you still need
ridiculous
to investigate
that I could
this
literally
animal.
read it in front of you, and you cannot comprehend it.
I do comprehend it.
And what does it say? That I cannot give you a false name, right?
Northbound 474, special attention Tiger.
Right. But it doesn't say, no. Arrested, I have to give my ID. Lawfully detained, I do not. It literally states that.
Almost struck the caller. We're sitting in front of the county clear 2200.
I'm not trying to be a jerk to y'all, you know, I'm just, I'm passionate. I have my third cousin. I literally have 8 presidents I'm related to within 6 cousin states. Okay, removed several times, but I'm very passionate about the Constitution. And you guys really, I implore you to educate yourselves about this.
Stand right there.
Sure.
So we can do that, but is it prudent to do that? So here's a list, and even though we know that's what he's doing.
What if that trooper would have done that to Timothy McVeigh? But whatever.
I agree. I agree. However,
So they're saying because somebody identified Timothy McVeigh on, I don't know, what was that, a traffic ticket, that is grounds to go and ID somebody illegally for a crime that hasn't been committed. Like, the logic that these guys are running and trying to jump to in order to justify the outcome that they want, to no end, they will bend and twist everything they can, because as long as they, on their cameras and in their mind, can find some weird way of justifying it at least enough to protect qualified immunity, then they're going to do what they want.
this is where we're at.
going so far past
So-
ask, tell, and make, and this is hurtful.
Yeah. So this is where we're at. Want to do the prudent thing, not necessarily always the because we can. Doesn't always mean we should. The big picture is Animal's okay. Yes, he's being a jerk.
772, we no longer have a visual on the vehicle. Call is no longer online.
So,
And they're vilifying the victim here.
so here's the deal. Although
772, the plate does
there's
come back to
we're at a point
4012
where
Waterfront
you don't want
Drive.
I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm trying to
Yes,
educate
yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You're
Hang
giving me a
on,
hard
let me
time.
finish. Let me finish.
Sure.
Yes, you are trying to give us a hard time.
I'm not trying to. I'm really not.
Secondly,
I'm just trying to get my constitutional
be
rights.
quiet.
hang on, let me finish.
Sure, sure.
Secondly, the animal cruelty will still continue to be investigated. Okay. Hang on, let me finish. Okay. Now then, because you believe you know the law,
I know.
okay, we also know the law.
Really not. I'm sorry. I know you think you're an officer.
No,
There's no way you
that's-
could not
that's-
possibly know this.
I'm not saying that you're.
It is what it is.
That you're just somebody and I'm just going, to you, okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that you don't know the law. But I do too. Also, the other part of it is, I'm sorry.
Read it when you get home tonight, like thoroughly.
Okay,
please,
I
'cause
surely will.
I really want you guys to.
Just for you, I surely will.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Here's what's going to happen tonight. Tonight, you're going to be cut loose. Okay? Because the animal is okay right now. If we do investigate further, and then we contact Walmart, watch the video, see that the animal was in distress, there's the potential then a case can be filed for animal cruelty against you. Okay?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
makes sense, but animal wasn't in distress. He's not in distress now. He's
You
probably
don't
getting a
know.
little irritated with
I'm sure he is.
sitting out here.
Yeah, I imagine so. So,
I wish I
That's-
could have had you put your hand in the car when I opened the door. It was literally cooler inside than it was outside. Okay. You guys have to
We
investigate,
don't
but
know that.
yeah, but you can't automatically assume the worst.
we're
of it
not.
either.
That's why it's called an investigation.
Right.
We didn't assume the worst.
Right.
That's why we call it investigation. The
Sure.
officers come out, they investigate, they contact people, they say, hey, is this your car? Yeah, this is my car. Is this your animal? Yes, it's my animal. Can I have your ID, please? Because you're lawfully detained because there is a complaint and possible criminal offense of animal cruelty.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing. Sure. And
So-
you investigate, but you don't have to get my ID to investigate.
Yes.
Look, I'll tell you, we have an epidemic in this country of constitutional rights getting violated all the time through this. And I
And
just,
officer here,
I know you guys
officer-
don't think I could possibly be right, and
And
you guys
Officer
know the
Holbert
law.
didn't do that tonight.
But just look at, no,
Officer
I know.
Josie did it, and I didn't do that tonight either.
Well, I mean, technically, this detainment has lasted a little longer than it's supposed to, but
That's
I'm not.
That's
I'm not worried
due to
about
you.
it.
That's
So,
due to you, yes, sir.
Well, actually,
So, again, here's what's going to happen tonight. We will continue our investigation after you're long and gone from here.
sure.
And then if we have to contact you again, that'll be why.
All right.
Okay?
Sure.
You are free to go.
go home, take care of your dog.
Please look up the law tonight. Please. I'm telling you.
She had to throw that last directive in there. One last directive. Oh, let's shut that off before we expose our BS. Again, this was brought to us by BullZDeep's channel. Go over, let him know that I sent you that way. And as always, like, share, and subscribe on my end. That really helps me out. Helps keeps me motivated and moving forward. If you liked this content, let me know. I kind of would like to review a few more of these things. I apologize for any audio issues and whatnot. The learning curve is steep, but we keep pushing forward. Stay safe out there, guys. And until next time, later.